Athletics, not the all-African games, but the African games were here. Such fun. This time it's moved to football, and one man who was roaming here, there, and everywhere is back here again. I think he still thinks the athletics is ongoing. He's very hyper. Yeah, Sitsofe Philip Astrim just grabbed him in as he was walking around. Sitcho, it's good to see you.
Likewise, bro.
Yes,
Likewise.
I mean, I know you've been following.
Yeah.
What's the vibe like? What do you think?
Listen, it's been brilliant. When you get to see the next generation of African stars from this level, it gives you so much joy, and you can actually project into the future to know the abundance of talent in this part of Africa. And it's actually the very first step, if you like, for professional football. Once you're able to make it into the under-17 team of your national team, the prospects are that if you are good enough, you can go all the way to the very top. So it's exciting to see these young lads exhibit their talent and quality.
I know it's, not midweek, but it's during the week. The campus is just here, but the fans are beginning to troop in. The first game, by the end of the first half, it was almost half full. What do you think of this whole place and what we can do here potentially, not just for athletics, not just for football, but sports in general?
Yeah, it's the location of the stadium is superb, really is, and that is largely because wherever you are in the capital, when you're coming this way, you probably need only one vehicle to get here. Unlike the Accra Sports Stadium itself, where you need about two. Yes, when you look at this hub, people coming from Hacho will just descend from Medina.
Right.
All the lads in East Legon and can just come through.
Spintex.
And if you've closed from work and you're going towards Medina, why rush home when you can come to the stadium to enjoy football? So I like the hub of the stadium where people can easily access it, easily come through to watch football. And as you mentioned, by the time it's around 5 o'clock thereabouts and many people have left their offices, you're expecting that most of them will be trooping in to support the young lads.
Yeah. And what do you make of Lai Kingston's new Starlets 2024 edition? What do you think so far?
Brilliant.
So early or?
No, I don't think it's early because this team was assembled a couple of months ago and they've actually been working very hard for this. And when you look at Lai Kingston's body of work, from Right to Dreams and his methods of coaching, it is no surprise that he's doing well with the team. There's one thing preparing the team with friendly matches, and there's one thing getting into the tournament groove. And he himself said it after the first game that even though they won comfortably, he wasn't necessarily pleased with the output or the performance on the pitch. That is again because he pays attention to details. He loves details, wants the team to keep control of the game, and he didn't see a lot of that in the first game. But the signs are there. These are young players. These are players who will grow to become stars. And I like what Lai is doing. And of course, wish him all the best in what he's trying to achieve.
Nigeria here, Burkina Faso. That was a good game. Yeah. Some would say one of the toughest we've watched so far. Niger, Benin, Togo. Normally, these countries, I mean, Mali isn't here, but normally these are the crack teams in African football. And if at this level you can't make it to qualify, it really does impede your developmental program. Is there a way that CAF could look at this again, or we should just accept that this is how it's going to be going forward?
I think CAF would have to relook at it again. I think we need to start spending a lot more money on our youth competitions. The reason why only 12 teams in the end will play in the African competition is perhaps because of finances. But we need to start investing a lot more. We need to open it up, have 16 teams to compete, because it's not all about winning at this level. Winning is important, but talent showing themselves, players showing their talent is far more important than just winning.
And across Africa, you
across
must
Africa,
widen it.
Absolutely. We need to go to 16 teams, spend a lot more money, because, listen, the only way footballers will develop at this level is the exposure they get. And when you play in the WAFU, when you play in the African games at the U17 level, that is massive exposure. That is massive confidence boost. And for me, I think CAF will need to, going forward, start looking at how to get more money in the youth tournaments and expand it to maybe 16. What about 24? What about 16? Yeah, I think so. We need to see a lot more of the teams coming through, because look at the countries playing here in Ghana. Only 2 are leaving this zone to go and compete at Africa. It can be harsh.
And of course, as far as the coaching, the philosophy is concerned, the GFA announcing a lot of changes. Kasim Mengolo Kansi is there. We've seen Max Okonedu, at the top. Dreams FC coach is also there. The developmental, it's a process, isn't it? It's going to take some time.
Yeah, it is. And I think that the FA needs to also come clear with communication that Ghanaians have to be patient. Because we are seeing the signs. Listen, when you look at Lai Kingston's U17, when you look at Desmond Affairs U20, there are similarities.
Right.
And the
it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's close. And when you look at Affairs team, I think Lai can coach Affairs team, that's the U20. I think Affair can coach Lai's team. And the FA a couple of months ago released a document. They
Karim
called,
can also.
yes, they call the document the Ghana Football DNA.
Right.
Now, if that is the document that is working, that is good news. But it will not from day 1 to day 10 become successful. It will take a couple of time or a couple of years for us to see the work, the benefits of that DNA. And Ghanaians must be patient with this U17, U20 team for them to go through the DNA process. And of course, while they do that, more coaches will need to be trained with that DNA mentality so that wherever they are, whether it's club football, whether it's coach football, they are coaching and training Ghanaian talents with these DNA methods.
And most of these players are also playing on the local scene.
Yeah.
And this season, the Ghana Premier League has witnessed perhaps one of the most surprising open competitions, which ironically has seen Hearts and Kotoko doing terribly.
Absolutely.
And they meet this weekend.
Yeah, they meet this weekend, but not with the fire that it normally comes to, because the two of them are not competing.
Right.
And that's the thing about the Ghana Premier League. The talents are not concentrated in few clubs. It's almost evenly spread across. So the name is Kotoko, the name is Sitsofe, but the name won't play the games, the name won't win the matches, the name won't score the goals. The talents would have to go in there and score the goals. So in Swatchman have got enough talents, good enough to get them where they are. You've got Samatex who have been brilliant. Nations FC have been superb. So Hearts of Oak and Kotoko have got a real job on their hand in making sure that they stay at the very top to compete. They need to crack some of the best talents in the country, because as we speak, the talent is leveled across the landscape, or if you like, the football scape in Ghana.
And then before you go, this game itself, Benin, huge underdogs, but as you said, under 17 level, that's a bit risky. Ghana should win, qualify to the semi-finals. Your predictions?
Listen, at the 17 is always difficult to predict, because even the coaches don't know all the players from the opposing side. They've not seen them play enough. So you can only trust in your method. As a coach, that your method can win. Yeah. And so I think that Laia Kingston's team, and they are very dynamic. And that's the thing I like about them. They can shift to the back 3, go to the back 4, at times the back 5. And so they've got the answers to problems that will be thrown at them when games do kick off. So I have a feeling that the Lions boys, the young lads, are going to go on and win.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, stay with me, because the countdown has begun on the pitch itself, where the two teams will be coming out very